Welcome students. In this session we are going to study about how alkenes are prepared. To understand this we will first see a few examples where we are talking about an alkane. For example, we are having this alkane where on this carbon I have X compound, that may be a functional group, and on the other will be all the hydrogens, which is as per the valency of the carbon. So it will have two hydrogens here, one hydrogen here, two hydrogens here, and three hydrogens as per the valency. I believe now all of you are able to understand how many hydrogens you need to write depending upon the valency. So this particular group is supposed to be a functional group, and that carbon which is holding up the functional group is called as alpha carbon. One thing is there, and the carbon next to that holding hydrogen is called beta carbon. So whenever there is preparation of alkenes, there is something which we need to understand, that alkenes can be prepared from alkanes. Here it is a substituted alkane, that is having an X functional group. This is supposed to be which group, or which is substituted alkene, because it contains X as a functional group. So how can I get an alkene? It will have the same number of carbons. How many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll write same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's up to us. This one is your functional group, which is X. I can either use this as beta or this as beta. It's up to us. In this scenario, if I'm using this group as the beta group, not this one, so I'm rubbing this as beta. So what is going to happen here is these two groups are going to be eliminated, and where here it is as it is CH3, as was here 1, 2, 3 CH3. Here it was H, here it was H, here it was H, here it was CH3, here it was H as it is. But what happens here? The X group and H is eliminated, is removed, so that we get a double bond here. This method of preparation of alkene from a substituted alkane is called as elimination reaction. It's called as elimination reaction. And because we are removing hydrogen from the beta position to the X group, it is called as beta elimination. So beta elimination reaction is defined as a chemical reaction in which the leaving group, this X is called as leaving group or functional group, and hydrogen atom are present or placed at neighboring to the carbon atoms. So this leaving group and hydrogen atom which are present to the neighboring carbon atoms is removed, so that we get an alkene. This is the method for the preparation of alkene. This is general method of preparation of an alkene. So you need to remember, alkenes in this case is prepared from substituted alkane. How are they produced? By elimination reaction. What is eliminated here? I didn't write here. I have to write here plus Hx. Or I can write here on the arrow minus Hx. That means it is eliminated, so that I get a double bond here. Where am I getting the double bond? On this two carbons. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Between second and third position, from where leaving group and hydrogen atom is removed. So this reaction is called as elimination reaction. And which elimination it is? It is called as beta elimination reaction. Now, the types of reaction which now we are going to study is, for example, we have here CH3, CH, CH2. Here it is X, here it is H. If X is equal to OH, it requires certain reagent. What is here X? X is OH, this is leaving group, and this is hydrogen. These two are removed as minus H2O. So we are going to get CH3 as it is, CH, CH2. Because these two are removed from this, from in between these two carbons, we are going to get double bond here. What is this compound? We are going to get here propene. Because I am using H and OH, what is removed? H2O is removed. Removal of H2O is called as dehydration. Is called as dehydration. That is why the side heading for the reaction is dehydration of, this is alcohol. This particular, which alcohol it is? It is propanol. Propanol. So propanol upon heating in the presence of H2SO4, which is nothing but dehydrating agent, undergoes removal of water molecule, that is plus H2O, to get propene. This is what we need to remember. There is one statement which is written after the reaction is written, that is the ease of dehydration is tertiary alcohol followed by secondary alcohol followed by primary alcohol. This, you just remember the flow. I'll be explaining about this when we study about alcohols. And one more thing is in continuation in your notes which I'm going to send you is about Sadzeff rule. You just don't get confused what is Sadzeff rule right now. Right now only you study till the reaction where we get till propene. Sadzeff rule which I have written in my notes, I'll explain you when we are separately studying it. So don't try to understand Sadzeff rule now itself. Only thing is now, first thing is how alkene was produced. Alkene was produced by the help of elimination. Which elimination? Beta elimination. Now here this one is alpha for us in this, and this one is beta. So here we are using propanol. The structure is propanol. Upon heating with H2SO4 gives propene. Next concept in this is with the example for method of preparation is dehydrohalogenation of alkyl halide. What is dehydrohalogenation? Dehydrohalogenation means removal of hydrogen and halogen, HX. So we are going to use one example where we have CH3, CH, CH2. Here I have Br, here I have H. I can either use Cl and F also here. This in the presence of KOH, that is potassium hydroxide, alcohol, and at higher temperature. What is removed in this reaction is H and Br. This one is your leaving group, this one is your beta group, this one is your alpha group. Beta elimination, you are going to get CH3, CH, CH2, because it is between these two carbons, double bond comes here. Here we have K. K reacts with Br to form KBr, and OH reacts with H to form H2. So this particular reaction is also beta elimination reaction. The ease of dehydrohalogenation is tertiary alkyl halide followed by secondary alkyl halide followed by primary alkyl halide. Why is this entire thing in this scenario? We need to remember is what is tertiary, what is secondary, and what is primary. We need to understand that first. I'll explain you in detail about these things when we are trying to study about alkyl halide as well as alcohol, which is there in your third chapter, I believe. So this is only now we are focusing on what is we are focusing on how are we preparing alkenes. Alkenes are prepared by beta elimination reaction. Beta elimination reaction is what your X is your functional group, that is called as leaving group. This is your leaving group. This is Br here, and this is your beta group. This both are removed so that you get a double bond here, which is nothing but propene. Now, what are the chemical properties of alkenes? Alkenes are more reactive than alkanes. Alkanes are paraffin because they don't react readily. That was what we have studied already. But alkenes are more reactive. Why are they more reactive? Because the pi bond is weaker than sigma bond and they are easily broken. That is why they are more reactive. First thing is that. The other thing is the pi bond is located more away from the nucleus of the carbon, whereas sigma bond are closer to the nucleus of carbon. For example, I'm just explaining you. This is nucleus. This one is maybe sigma bond and pi bond is this one. Now due to more attraction of sigma bonds or sigma electrons towards nucleus, they are difficult to be removed easily for the reaction. But because pi electrons are more away from the nucleus of carbon, they are easily or less firmly bonded. Less firmly bonded, and that is why they are easily removed, which helps in participation of reaction. This is one thing. The other thing is this is alkene, and if it undergoes reaction, here this is E and Nu. E is supposed to be electrophile. Nu is supposed to be nucleophile. When alkene reacts with electrophile and nucleophile, you need to remember now one thing. We have already prepared now already. How it is prepared by beta elimination, that story is finished. Now the new story what we are trying to understand here is what happens when it reacts. Who is reacting? Alkene is reacting. Before that what we said that there are few things which we need to know about alkenes. Alkenes are more easily reactive. Why they are more easily reactive? Because they are more away from the nucleus, and that is why they are less firmly bounded to the nucleus of carbon. So that is why they readily participate in the reaction. The second point what we told is the pi bond formed is a weaker bond comparing to the sigma bond. That is why they are easily broken, and that is why they participate in the reaction readily. The other point here is, instead of telling you about electrophile and nucleophile first, I'll just want to explain you this. If I have HCl, hydrochloric acid, it leads to formation of this compound, that is C single bond C. It already was having two bonds. It will get one more bond here H, one more bond here Cl. So what is happening in this reaction? One of the pi bond, it's getting broken. How many sigma bonds were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So from 5 sigma, it has increased to 7 sigma. So that means one pi bond is broken and is replaced by how many new sigma bonds? So one pi bond is broken to give how many extra here? 5 is here, 7 to give 2 new sigma bonds, which I have shown here. So you need to remember one thing here is I have shown you with example of HCl. If it is E dash Nu and the same thing C double bond C with two bonds, this gets added up, pi bond gets it breaks, pi bond is broken to form two new. Nu is nucleophile, E is electrophile, and remaining two bonds which will already present. So this reaction is nothing but addition reaction. Addition reaction is the characteristic reaction of alkenes. Addition reaction is the characteristic reaction of alkenes. One don't get confused with how alkenes are prepared from alkanes. Alkenes are prepared by beta elimination. But what type of reaction alkenes will undergo? Alkenes will undergo addition reaction. How it is addition? Because E and Nu here are added up to this compound to form this compound. Is it clear? So here pi bond is broken to form two new sigma bond is the important thing which you need to remember. Now one important concept which we are going to discuss here is addition of hydrogen. First reaction is addition of hydrogen. That is very simple reaction. Many times you have heard about it. I am taking very simple alkene, that is ethene, reacts with hydrogen in the presence of a metal catalyst. I am using here nickel as a catalyst at temperature. These two compounds will get added. Pi bond is broken. Already CH2 is there. Single bond sigma is already there. Two new sigma bonds are added. What are here? Two hydrogens. Two hydrogens will be added. I'll get ethane from ethene upon addition reaction. If I take propene, CH3, CH, double bond CH2 plus H2 in the presence of Ni delta, this is pi bond will be broken. CH3 as it is, there's nothing to change there. CH sigma bond CH2, two new hydrogens will be added. We'll get here is propane. So this addition of hydrogen is called as hydrogenation reaction or reduction reaction. But here we are talking about addition of hydrogen as hydrogenation reaction, which is carried with the help of a metal catalyst. This is called as catalytic hydrogenation. It is called as catalytic hydrogenation. The above reaction doesn't occur through ionic mechanism. It does not follow ionic mechanism. Just listen about ionic mechanism. Just remember about ionic mechanism. I'll tell you what is ionic mechanism in this same session itself. But what is catalytic hydrogenation? Catalytic hydrogenation is by making use of a metal catalyst, hydrogens are getting added to an alkene. This is called as addition reaction of hydrogen, and with the help of catalyst, when it is done, it is called as catalytic hydrogenation. It do not follow ionic mechanism. The reaction depends upon one thing. What is that? Is the affinity or attraction of hydrogen gas, that is H2, affinity, that is how it is getting attached to a metal catalyst, is nothing but affinity of hydrogen gas to metal catalyst, that is Ni, or it can be platinum, it can be Pd, etc. Hydrogen, for example, if this is supposed to be your metal, so hydrogen gas will go and bind on this. And now what will happen is the alkene is also subjected to the same side, and because the hydrogen which is adsorbed, not absorbed, adsorbed is a surface phenomenon, it is present on the surface of the metal, the hydrogen reaction results in the addition of the usually results in the addition of two hydrogens on the same side, because this side is exposed, so the both hydrogen will go and bind towards the same side. And when it is on the same side, as we have already studied before this session in the isomerism, it is called as cis, and because it is an addition reaction, it is called as cis addition reaction. Cis addition reaction. One thing is very clear here. The characteristic reaction of alkene is addition reaction. We have written here addition of hydrogen using a metal catalyst. It is called as catalytic hydrogenation. This catalytic hydrogenation is because it uses metal catalyst. So it can be Ni, it can be Pt, it can be Pd. Ni is nickel, Pt is platinum, Pt is palladium. Hydrogen has higher affinity towards the metal catalyst, so it goes and adsorb on the surface. It remains on the surface. It doesn't go inside the metal. It remains on the surface. Later on, this metal and hydrogen together is exposed towards the alkene, and when it is exposed, it undergoes addition reaction on the same side to produce C, single bond C. Already two bonds were there. Now only thing is hydrogen will come here on the same side. This addition on the same side is called as cis addition reaction. This is the concept of addition reaction of alkene. The next concept is addition of halogens. In addition of halogens, you have CH2 double bond CH2 plus Br2 in the presence of an inert solvent. What happens? You just need to remember addition is going to happen. That means pi bond is converted to two new sigma bonds, where we get Br and Br. This is first position, this is second position, or I can use this is as first position or this is a second position. It is one and the same. It is 1, 2 dibromo. How many carbons? Eth single bond ethene. 2, 2 dibromo ethene. So this reaction is actually used for test for unsaturation. For example, if bromine is added in alkene, you will get some change in color and results in the formation of 1, 2 dibromoethane. That is why it is also called as it is useful for tests for unsaturation. But what is more important here is we need to know the mechanism. The mechanism for addition reaction was different. It followed what it is using the help of a metal catalyst and the affinity of hydrogen towards metal catalyst. Hydrogen remained on the surface, that is it get adsorbed, and later on it was exposed to alkene, and which led to cis addition reaction. Cis means addition of hydrogen on the same side of the alkene, and which resulted in the formation of alkane to us, that is ethane. Now in this scenario where we are using Br2, I'll write Br2 like this. Br2 can also be written as Br Br. In the presence of pi electron cloud, what happens is Br2 has sigma electrons or sigma bond. This entire electrons get shifted towards one Br atom in the Br2 molecule, which leads to formation of Br. It is losing all its electrons, so this Br will get positive charge, and because it is gaining all the electrons, this Br will get negative charge. The Br with positive charge is called as electrophile. E plus V. The Br with negative charge is called as Nu minus, that is nucleophile. This is bromide ion. This one is bromonium ion. I told you in the mechanism or in the important reaction of alkenes where we are trying to study about addition of hydrogen, we told that it doesn't involve ionic mechanism. This is ionic mechanism. Formation of electrophile and nucleophile is nothing but ionic mechanism. This is the mechanism for addition of halogens, where the first step is the Br2 molecule ionizes when it is interacting with pi electron cloud to give positive bromonium ion, negative bromide ion. Br plus is nothing but electrophile. Electrophile are nothing but they love electrons. Why do they love electrons? Because they are electron deficient. Electrophile are electron deficient. That means it do not have electron. That is why they love electrons or they want electrons. Nucleophiles are electron rich. That is why they are having negative charge. Electrophile are electron deficient. They don't have electron. That is why they are having positive charge. So in this, how it is formed? Due to transfer of all the sigma electron towards one Br atom results in the formation of Br plus, that is bromonium ion, or electrophile which are electron deficient, or Br minus which is bromide ion, and it is also called as nucleophile which is electron rich. That is why it is having negative charge. This is what you have to remember first. Next, in step 2, we already have ethylene or ethene with us. The Br plus, that is bromonium ion, attacks the double bond. The bromonium ion, which is having positive charge, attacks the double bond, means pi electrons. Because they are electron deficient, they don't have electrons. That is why they are attracted toward electrons. Which electrons? Pi electrons. This results in already two hydrogens were exactly there. I will write exactly what we had here. But what happens is the Br will go here and form a bond with carbon. Now Br plus will change to Br. Why? Because it is getting bond here. Which bond? Sigma bond with two electrons. How is it getting that? From pi bond. So pi bond is now converted to sigma bond, and this Br can either go here or here. So but the bond here, which is pi electron, was shared equally between these two carbons, and if one carbon is getting this bond here, other is not getting, that carbon will get positive charge. I'll tell you once again. In the second step, what happens? Br plus, that is bromonium ion, is attracted by the pi electron cloud, and it can go either to this carbon or this carbon in the form of sigma bond. So it, because it is electron deficient, it requires electrons, so it goes towards the sigma electrons and leads to the formation of bond. It can go to this carbon or this carbon. If it is going to this carbon, it forms a bond in this way here, and Br plus is changing to only Br. And because this carbon is losing this pi electron, this is getting positive charge. This is called as carbonium ion. Carbonium ion, because carbon has now positive charge. The third step is the form carbonium ion, that is carbon, single bond carbon with positive charge and two hydrogens. Here we have Br, here I have H, here I have H. Reacts with Br minus. So what are we using? In the second step we are using Br plus, which we have prepared in our first step, that is bromine ion. What is left over? Br minus, that is nucleophile or bromide ion. Because this is positive and this is negative. Negative means electrons, two electrons. This goes towards carbon where there is positive charge, and this two electrons forms a bond here, and this leads to formation of CC. Already Br is here with two hydrogens. I'm going to get here once again Br with already two hydrogens. So this is not, this compound is 1, 2 dibromo ethane. And if we are having, instead of Br2, if I am using Cl2, I'll get 1, 2 dichloroethane. But the mechanism remains the same. So you need to remember here is the type of reaction what alkene undergo is addition reaction. How alkenes are prepared from alkanes is by using beta elimination reaction. What are the characteristic reactions of alkenes? Alkene undergo addition reaction. Why they are undergoing reaction easily? Because they are far away from the nucleus and they are less tightly bounded, and they are weaker when compared to sigma bond. That is why they readily participate in reaction. One thing to remember is one pi bond breaks to give two new sigma bonds. We have seen the mechanism of two reaction. One is addition reaction of hydrogen, where we are using a catalyst which can be Ni, Pt or Pd. That is why it is called as catalytic hydrogenation reaction, because hydrogens are getting added, and it is due to the affinity of hydrogen towards a metal catalyst. The metal catalyst absorbs hydrogen on the surface and is exposed to an alkene, which leads to addition reaction on the same side, that is cis addition reaction. Then we went to halogenation reaction of alkenes. In halogenation reaction of alkenes, we have seen ionic mechanism. In ionic mechanism, if we are using halogen as Br2, Br2 is ionized to form Br plus and Br minus. How? Because sigma electrons get transfers to one Br atom, that is Br. If two electrons are transferred here, this leads to formation of Br plus Br minus. This Br plus participate in the second step, where Br plus uh, go and tries to bind up with pi electron cloud and bonds to one of the carbon and leads to formation of carbonium ion. The carbonium ion reacts with Br minus, that is bromide ion. Because this is negative charge, it goes to a carbon having positive charge, and this electrons are involved in the formation of this new bond here. This leads to formation of 1, 2 dibromoethane. You just try to practice it once, twice and thrice. If you have got any doubts, please message me on our WhatsApp group. We'll discuss about this once again and then go for general mechanism. Once again, I'll explain you general mechanism which will help you understanding it better, and followed by Markovnikov's rule and anti-Markovnikov's rule. Okay, thank you.